Hi everyone, and welcome to DASTCI. This is Diana Olatunde. So today we're going to be looking at the price action of Bitcoin ever since it's broke parabolica and give a rough probability on what the next possible Bitcoin move is likely to be like. Now, if you look at the screen, you might not really know or understand what I mean by parabolica. Parabolica refers to when the price of an asset has a huge momentum towards a trend, okay, whether a downtrend or an uptrend. Most times parabolica is used when it's in an uptrend to explain how fast and how high the price is moving without much retracement towards the downside. Now, if you look at this, the way I tend to ascertain this parabolica is just a very simple curve tool. Now, if I'm to pick my curve tool and draw from here to this point, I just want you to follow through with me. I just want you to follow through with me. Now, if you look at this parabolic curve, you would see that Bitcoin was pumping very, very high once it touches this curve. Here we saw a little retracement to the side, like a sideways movement. And then once it hit this parabolic curve, we went up, 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 up. It created another zone here, went up again, then touched this parabolic and went to create higher prices. Now we broke below this parabolica, and what usually happens when a price asset just continues to increase like that and breaks parabolica is when you tend to see a lot of retracement. Okay, it's kind of like once it breaks that parabolica, it's telling you that it wants to retrace for all these places where it didn't have very good enough retracements. And retracement in an asset is very, very common. It's very needed. It's very healthy. So at this point in time, there's no need for you to panic. Most times after a retracement like this, we tend to see a rise to the upside if all things go well. All right. Now that's if no fundamental news comes in. Let's say, for example, an exchange crashes or whatsoever, that could catapult it to much more downward trend. But if things are still healthy and normal in the financial markets, we tend to see more rise towards the upside. Now, as you can see, we are presently testing an area of support. This area served as support because it's served as resistance here, then came to touch the edge of it. Then once it broke above it, we created higher prices. We are presently retesting a support zone, and we were able to hold on to this support zone of between 63,000 to about $60,882 thereabouts, which is the bottom of this support zone. We also have the extreme edge here that created support for it at $58,929. So these are possible scenarios. If Bitcoin loses this support zone, it might as well drop to the edge here and then possibly maybe move upward. And if we then lose this particular zone, which also served as resistance here, served as support here, if we lose this $57,000 zone, we may go as low as $52,000 thereabout. So um that is today's analysis for the Bitcoin chart. We're presently retesting this zone, and we're hoping we are able to find support from this zone and then push back up and break above this resistance and the upper resistance, which it also provided. If you look at this, we're creating sort of like a head and shoulder pattern. We have the shoulder here, we have the head here. And if this actually comes here, goes up and doesn't break above this, we might likely see much more move towards the downside, but we hope that doesn't play out. Okay, I know what I said now might not really be clear to you, but if you understand what that head and shoulder pattern means, you will discover that this is already playing out little by little. Okay, if I'm to take this right here, you would see that we actually, for the small head and shoulder that we have right there, we're actually almost beginning to hit the target, okay? Because then this would be the point for the head and shoulder, the small head and shoulder, which we're seeing here, the head and shoulder pattern. And if I were to draw this line from the top of the head to this, you can see we actually have that for us to use to take targets. And we saw a nice retracement. We saw a break below. We saw another retest, and then following this, we are most likely going to drop to about $59,646. But hopefully the support zone should be able to keep us above of it. And it's still very healthy if we actually retrace around this 59,734 to 67,505. But you really never can tell. Sometimes news play a huge role in all of this, and let's just keep hoping for the best. So that is just the chart analysis for today on the Bitcoin price action. And if you're trading on spots, I wouldn't advise you to just go sell out all your assets. But if you're on futures, you may want to be considering taking some profits if you're in a short position, because it doesn't make sense for you to short Bitcoin when it's in a support zone. You might want be looking for reversal patterns on lower time frame, maybe like the 1 hour time frame or 15 minutes time frame. Once you get a reversal pattern that is confirmed, you might decide you want to long. But for now, since I'm a swing trader and I like to trade on 4-hour time frame, I'm just going to wait and see if we are going to get a reversal pattern, or if we're going to eventually break below this support zone. That's all for today. Thanks, and have a great day.